good job.
Here we go.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The best place for sunrise. Just open up your door to breathe in the sunshine. Sing with us on the porch.
Joining us on the porch are Encore presentations and Natahley, Torrese.
The best place for family. What are you waiting for? Where friendships run deeper. Come join us on the porch. So glad you're on the porch.
Hey, kids. You have made it another 2 weeks. It's been a long time, and I apologize. We've been super busy, and there have been people out of town, and so when people are out of town, you can't have a show, and I know. Several mental health institutions have contacted me on several occasions about the amount of withdrawal that's happening from our On the Porch listeners. And I apologize. And for those of you that I was not able to come see, I apologize to you too. So tonight's concert window is being broadcast to several institutions, and I wish you all well. May you be out and back on the porch in no time. But here we are. We're back and ready to feed your cravings with lots of good times. We've got an incredible show planned for you today. And that's one of the reasons it's been 2 weeks since our last show, because it's been so crazy trying to plan tonight's episode of On the Porch Radio Hour. We have several guests this evening, as well as a new segment that we're throwing in. I decided that we were a little short on the sports inclusion. And since this is an all-inclusive show, I think it's important for us to make sure that we're covering as many different aspects of life as possible. Some of you may not know that I was a star athlete growing up, and so the removal of sports from the show has been difficult, to say the least. But now we have a new relationship, one that will bring you information, entertainment, and that piece that you've been missing while you sit on the porch. Yeah, sports. I'm a big fan. So I'm pretty pumped. We've got a new addition to the show, and I think it's going to be a really great addition. It being Matt Slocum. So thanks for being here. And I'm also looking forward to some awesome commentating experiences. And that's one of the other things that happened over the last 2 weeks. My friend Matt and I were talking about sports and sports commentary, and I said that I always dreamt, I had this dream of two things for a long time. If I was ever going to be on the radio or have a mic in front of me, it was going to be sports related, or I was going to be an auctioneer. And so I made a pitch to Matt and said, it'd be really cool if I could be a sports auctioneer. And, I could commentate things like hockey or lacrosse, things that happen really fast, like highlight. I mean, are there even people that commentate highlight? It happens so fast. Forget golf. Those guys, they don't need an auctioneer. They need like 5-hour energy drinks or something. But this guy, I'm ready. I'm ready to go there. I'm ready to commentate. Curling, some folks don't give it a lot of credit, but I want to commentate curling. You don't have to whisper like they do in golf either. I would get really pumped. Yeah, they still do. They still do. I think it's because of the ice. It's just too cold to be loud. Tell that to hockey fans, I guess. And then I'm gonna move on up. Eventually I'll be commentating polo and cricket, as well as water polo. I'd like to do water polo as well, and I would also I'd also like to commentate bocce tournaments. I think that would be a ton of fun. It's like grass curling. Yeah. One time I was able to participate in a turkey curling competition in a parking lot with spoiled frozen turkeys. That was a ton of fun, and I commentated from the sidelines as when I was not participating, I was commentating, and that was a ton of fun. However, what that does is that kind of updates you a little bit on what's happened over the last 2 weeks. There has also been several sunrises and sunsets, so I hope you guys have been able to witness some of those because they've been beautiful. It's actually raining at this point, or at least at this point on Thursday it was raining. And, things are good. All of our animals are still here. We still have a farm. The grass has grown, and so are the kids. And it's nice to have you back on the porch because these are the things we talk about. I also want to talk about our friends from Encore Presentations as well as Natahley, Torrese. We're going to have some really incredible music, some really incredible interviews. And that's a little foreshadowing for you, not a spoiler. It's just a matter of fact. That's just going to be what happens. Usually I give you all sorts of crazy things that happened. This week it hasn't been too crazy until just about an hour ago. Our cat ruined the toilet and then proceeded to throw up on the other bathroom floor. So we were without facilities, and luckily we have several maple groves out in the woods. And there's actually one really nice spot. We call it the women's room because there's a nice cove of maple trees with a stone wall and large boulders. So there's no standing that has to happen. There's a couple of smaller trees that you can hold on to and squat or do whatever. And there's ropes as well. You should come out and check it out. So those of you that are listening in the archive or on Concert Window, if you're not here in the live, you're missing out. There's a lot of, when you watch the Olympics or the World Cup, one of the things they show you that they've done in the villages where the athletes stay is they show you how technologically updated the bathrooms are. They got nothing on the Wooden Apple Farmstead. For real. We have so many leaves out there. You can choose your softness, your thickness, your roughness, whatever you like. Waxy, not waxy, absorbent, not bring it. That's what I say. There's even a swampy spot where you can wash up. So, and it helps us out too because just know the animals don't like it. That's how they mark it. It's how I mark my territory, as a matter of fact. So thanks for those of you that are here for keeping the coyotes away. It's been a lot of fun. I actually chased a coyote away. That was one of the reasons we weren't around a week ago. I was chasing coyotes off the property, and then I proceeded to water the stone wall, which is true. That's true. I chased after them with my walking stick, and I yelled, and they were puffing a little bit. They stopped. They tried to call me out, and I was all like, listen up, dude. I'm the alpha. And then I chased them into the woods. And then as they ran, as I saw their tails, I barked at them. And before I knew it, I was peeing like a big circle around the stone wall entrance where they came through the yard. So I'm glad you were all here to hear that. This introduction is incredibly inept. I haven't talked 1 second about the people that are here. Mostly because they didn't want me to, but now I'm going to because they were actually okay. So the reason I'm talking about peeing in the woods isn't just because we have 2 bathroom facilities that aren't working, but that's actually where I met them. So Natahley was playing her guitar, and there was weird Broadway things happening, and there were people practicing. I've never seen people practice for a parade before, but that was happening. They had one person with a giant fan under them, and they had one of those glider suits, and they were using them as a pretend float. They were trying to figure out how they could walk people through the parade because they didn't have their giant Garfield or whatever. I don't know what they're floating through the city of Fulton. However, there's a parade. It's happening, but not until you've listened to On the Porch Radio Hour. So without further ado, Natahley, Torrese, you're on the porch.
I forgot to mention, just play. just ain't right. From all the truth that I've said, can buy it honestly, I swear. Thought you saw a wink, no, I've been on the brink. So tell me what you want from here. Something that we're like those years. Sick of all the insincere. Gonna give all my secrets away this time. Don't need another perfect line. Don't care if critics jump in line. Gonna give all my secrets away. My God, amazing how we got this far. It's like we're chasing all those stars. We're driving shiny big black cars. And every day I see the news, all the problems that we could solve. When a situation rises, write it into an album, singing straight to gold. I don't really like my flow, no. Tell me what you want from here. Something that we're like those years. Sick of all the insincere. Gonna give all my secrets away this time. Don't need another perfect line. If critics jump in line. Gonna give all my secrets away. Ooh, got no reason, got no shame, got no family I can blame. Just don't let me disappear. I'ma tell you everything, tell me what you want from here. Something that we're like those years. Sick of all the insincere. Gonna give all my secrets away this time. Don't need another perfect line. If critics jump in line. Gonna give all my secrets away.
I'd like to welcome Marguerite Beebe, Ben Bornstein, and Nick Pike, all from Encore Presentations, as they get ready for their musical review, which is going to be happening in just the next, like in the near future. I'm not even going to give a time frame because I'll mess that up.
Well, I can give the time frame.
That's your job.
It's
Let's do it.
actually next weekend, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the CNY Arts Center.
All right.
Starts at 8 o'clock each performance, and tickets are only $10.
Come on.
Yeah.
So what is it? What kind of music is it that you're reviewing? Tell me about this.
We actually have a nice collection, don't we, Ben? Ben was actually the genius behind the list of songs, so tell them a little bit.
I know. I picked pretty much for this cabaret. I picked all of. Well, I have so many, but I picked like the top 20 favorite songs that I could think of
All right.
for Broadway, like Broadway show-stopping solos, and
All right.
I tried to collaborate them all
Some
together.
from like
Nice.
Titanic the musical.
Yes, a good
Once on
variety.
this Island, Curtains. So a nice variety.
Kitens. Nice. I like kitens. Okay, so you guys had this idea, and then how did you get the people that are performing? Like, what did you audition or?
We did.
Okay.
We held auditions, and we had some amazing people come out, Nick being one of them. And we got some fabulous voices, so you don't want to miss this.
No, not at all. And it starts at 8 o'clock. Is that what you said?
8 o'clock.
Okay. And it's at the CNY Arts Center, which for I think most of our listeners probably know this, but if you're new, which it doesn't, you know what? We'll cut that out. So it's going to be held at the CNY Arts Center, which is at the Cayuga Community College campus in Fulton, which is where the old Kmart used to be. Right next to the, I don't even ever know how to explain it, but like if you're on 481 and you're headed out of Fulton toward Clay, where the highway turns into like an actual highway, right? So it changes from like East 2nd Street or whatever to 481. There's a big sign there on the left-hand side that says CNY Arts Center and Cayuga, or no, it says, It says Cayuga Community College, and so you turn right in there, and then you drive down toward the end of the parking lot where you'll see a big banner that says CNY Arts Center. Back to our guests. So you guys are, how many people are participating? How many people are performing?
15.
15.
About 15.
Awesome. And so they're kind of spread out through the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we
Right.
have like 4 solos for women and then 4 solos for guys, and then we have small group numbers, duets, and trios.
Okay.
So nice variety. So it's not all solos and not all group numbers, but
Right.
a nice variety.
Are there any like large group numbers where
Yeah.
everybody's part?
Yes.
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 Okay. Nice. Is there like, are you going the full Monty here? Like, well, maybe not that, but are you like Monkey's uncle? Who invited this guy?
No. You mean like minimal staging? Like if we're going full costume, full
Like,
set?
like, is there going to be dance numbers?
There is some
Some
choreography.
dancing, some props,
There are some
some
props. There's some
lines.
staging.
Nice,
but not full scale. We'll
Right.
all be dressed in same colors to promote the
It's
company.
still a
and-
black
Mhm.
box.
Yeah.
right. Explain black box for
Black
people.
box means there's no set pieces. There's no walls. It's just black walls, black curtains, black boxes.
Let the performers do their thing.
Yep. It's all about
Perfect.
the performers. So.
And that I think really helps highlight the skill level of the performers, because everything else is really bare bones, and so the focus really is just on their performance. So you'll really be drawing the best out of your performers, which is really exciting. Is it set up like a dinner theater, or is it tables? Is it like a regular audience
it's just
theater
a
kind of thing?
regular audience setting.
Cool.
Just
Cool.
chairs.
I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
So it'll be just like they're at the theater, which
And
is
the center is air conditioned, which is a plus for
yeah,
theaters.
man, the last couple days have been like the dogs, man. It's been tough. So what? Okay, give us the skinny one more time. Tell us where it is, what time it is, how much it is, how people can order tickets if they want to do it ahead of time, if they can buy tickets at the door. Break it down for us.
It is called The Best of Them, and a musical review. It is at the CNY Arts Center starting June 2nd. It's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 8 o'clock. Tickets are $10. They can go onto Facebook, onto the Encore Presentations page, and find the information there. They can go online to musicreview.brownpapertickets.com to order tickets.
Nice. Okay.
So, and they can get them at the door.
Cool. That's really exciting.
Matt, I should probably tell you, there's a special guest in the cabaret
What?
that the last time I was here, I talked about her for a
Ooh.
long time.
All right.
She's my little baby. She's the special guest in the cabaret.
Oh, this is exciting. Yeah, so all right.
She's there just to promote the cuteness.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh man.
She is my Shih Tzu.
Yeah, she is. I wondered. So the hook is like a little cutie pie. Oh, that's so much fun.
Lily's not in it, so we had to put somebody in it.
You had to
right?
bring a dog. Yeah, that's the next best thing, man. Next best thing. So what I want now is, since we've got 3 of you, and just so happens, poof, look at this. We got a piano for you, Ben. Ben plays the piano. Marguerite, are you the director?
Yes.
Okay, so Marguerite's the director. Nick is one of the performers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so what's going to happen now is I'm going to ask you to do a number or something
All
for us.
right.
Can you guys do that?
It's actually a mashup.
Oh man.
Mashup. Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. I won't be there to guide your way.
To braid your hair or dry your tears, as we have done these many years. Timoon, Timoon.
We made you what we gave you took. Now you run without one backward look.
find some other boy to save, some other life that you can share. Your heart is young, new dreams are everywhere.
Choose your dreams with care. Timo. You may have known before I met her, I wrote alone. But if you ask me what I prefer, I'd say the music I wrote with her. But when you're writing a song without a partner, that's a completely different matter. No one tells you that's not funny. No one says let's cut that bar. No one makes you better than you are. I can't pretend I miss the music. I miss my friend. No need to ask me what I prefer. I choose the music I wrote with her. I loved the music I made with her.
I want to thank Marguerite and Ben and Nick. Have a great show, and I hope to see you guys there. And now, a word from our sponsor. It was, in fact, 1919 when Joseph Burns was cutting some glass with a scalloped-edged cutting tool. He had the thought, "If I could make a knife with this kind of edge, it may prove useful for cutting bread." And so it was. Not only was the serrated edge born, but soon followed sliced bread, sandwiches, French toast, garlic cheese bread, and smaller serving sizes for pigeons. Soon, sliced bread became the coolest thing since life. Imagine how much quicker it became to cut down trees, slice overripe tomatoes, and cut the tip of your thumb off. The serrated edge has been a staple in every home since that faithful day that Joseph Burns filed down a regular knife edge into a multi-point serrated knife we know today. So, please remember, the next time you cut into a steak, thank Joseph Burns for allowing you to eat another animal's flesh in a more civilized manner. Enjoy your non-squished sliced bread. Enjoy that porterhouse steak, and enjoy On the Porch Radio Hour. Proudly sponsored by the Serrated Edge. Next is one of the moments I've been waiting for. I've been excited about this over the last couple weeks because at the last show, actually, Matt Slocum was here, and we started talking about how cool it would be to introduce some sports into our show. And it just so happens that Matt is a communications graduate, right?
Broadcasting and mass communications major.
Thank you.
So,
and he has been commentating some of the athletic events at Oswego State.
yep. I was women's hockey play-by-play commentator for my senior year, which was not this past academic year, but the year before. I also did men's hockey analyst. I was also a men's hockey color commentator. I did men's basketball, women's basketball, both play-by-play and color, not necessarily in that order. I also was the first ever WNYO sports broadcaster, which is our college radio station, by the way, 88.9 FM WNYO, Laker Radio your way. Thanks, guys. I had to plug you guys in there.
Well, yeah.
I was the first NYO sports broadcaster to do play-by-play for lacrosse.
Tell us a little bit about what you have for the show, and and send us your report.
As soon as I get it, it won't be much because I actually spent the last 2 days working on it. I know, right? So this will be local sports report. So for all you people that live outside New York State, well, sorry, no national stuff. If you want national stuff, just come watch. Just listen to our show. Listen to my show. It'll have a different title, have a new co-host, maybe a new date and time, but we won't get into that until August. Anyway, so what I got here, first we'll talk about the New York Yankees here. They're currently on a 3-game set on the road with the Tampa Bay Rays now through Sunday. They'll be at Toronto from Memorial Day, May 30th to June 1st. After that, Mark Teixeira right now could be out for a long period of time with a neck injury. He recently had some neck spasms, that's what they're calling it. It clearly affects his ability to play, so that could be bad news for the Yankees long term. They're currently right now sitting in third place in the American League East behind Boston Red Sox, who are in first, and the Baltimore Orioles, who are in second. Don't ask me which team I root for. You won't like the answer. Next, we'll talk about the New York Mets, another team that I don't like, but I have to cover them anyway since it's New York. They're also currently in a 3-game set at home against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They used to be in Brooklyn a while back. Now they're in LA for some odd reason. They will remain at home against the Chicago White Sox. Interleague play. That's always fun. Memorial Day to June 1st. Again, May 30th to June 1st. Mets shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera out with back spasms. He did not play in the series against the Nationals earlier this week. So that's something to keep an eye on, especially if you're a Mets fan. They're currently in second place in the National League East, right behind those said Washington Nationals. As a sort of tie-in, the Washington Nationals are the farm team of the Syracuse Chiefs, AAA affiliate. So, and that's who I'm covering next. They're currently in a 3-game set at Gwinnett Braves. They'll start a 3-game set with the Charlotte Knights from May 30th to June 1st. After that, that'll be on the road. They're currently in fourth place in the International League North Division. They're behind the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees, Rochester Red Wings, and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Don't ask me how they come up with those nicknames. That's just weird. I can understand the Yankees, but Red Wings and Iron Pigs, that's just weird. Next home series is a 2-game set against Buffalo, June 4th and 5th, 6:35 and 1:05 respectively. Go to SyracuseChiefs.com if you want to order tickets there, or just go to the game and buy a ticket there if you want to. 2 more bits for you here. It's actually 3. Section 3 baseball. They'll be having their tournaments this weekend. Actually started 2 days ago. Class AA semis, Utica Proctor will play Rome Free Academy in one semi. They'll face the winner of Auburn and Cicero North Syracuse winner. And then Liverpool Central Square winner will take on Baldwinsville West Genesee winner. That'll be May 29th at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock p.m. respectively at Onondaga Community College. Beautiful baseball field there, by the way. They actually did a heck of a job. The championship game on May 31st at 7 o'clock, also at OCC. Class A semis, VVS New Hartford winner will take on CBA Mexico winner. That's my home school, my home high school. So kudos to the Tigers. Go Tigers. And Fulton Oswego winner will take on Camden JD winner May 28th. Game time and locations for semis are to be determined. I check Syracuse.com if you're interested. Championship game, though, will be held at OCC May 30th at 4. Class B semis, Solvay Bishop Grimes winner will take on General Brown South Jefferson winner. And Adirondack Holland Patton winner will take on Scan Atlas West Hill winner. May 28th with championship game set for May 30th at OCC at 1:30. Again, game times and locations to be determined for the semis. Section 3 girls softball tournament is also going on this weekend. Class AA semis, Central Square CNS winner will take on Utica Proctor Baldwinsville winner. And Rome Free Academy West Genesee winner will take on Syracuse Liverpool winner May 28th at Gillette Road Park, with championship game May 31st, same location. Times to be determined. Class A semis, Oneida ESM winner will take on Oswego Cortland winner, and Indian River Whitesboro winner will take on New Hartford Jamesville DeWitt winner May 28th at Gillette Road Park, with championship game May 31st, same location. And finally, Class B semis, Adirondack Marcellus winner will take on South Jefferson General Brown winner, and APW Lalville winner will take on West Hills Solvay winner May 28th at Gillette Road Park. Championship game May 31st, same location. Now, there's also Class C and Class D tournaments, but they're a little bit more expanded. They're actually currently right now in the quarterfinal phase. So they'll have their semis and finals hopefully later next week. So if you want to take a look at that. Finally, some Syracuse athletics news. Syracuse University Athletics. Yep, that's my other team. Women's basketball will play Michigan State Wednesday, November 30th in the Carrier Dome. Game time to be determined. Men's basketball will play Wisconsin on the road in Madison Tuesday, November 29th. Both of those games are part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Likely both of those games will be on the ESPN networks. And finally, pre-sale season tickets for football went on sale this past Wednesday, starting as low as $99 for the 2016 season. Single game tickets are available starting June 21st, except for the Florida State game, which is the big one. That won't be available until July 26th. So a lot of good stuff going on in terms of football. New coach, new offense. It should be a fun year.
Thanks so much, Matt, and I look forward to getting more sports updates and getting a chance to do some commentary with you.
Yeah,
so,
that's going to be fun.
So on the Porch listeners, keep staying tuned and keep looking for Matt Slocum. It's been a great time. Thanks, Matt. You're listening to On the Porch Radio Hour. We'll be back in a moment.
This is what's happening in central New York. Mother Earth Baby hosts Fun with Essential Oils on June 4th at 4:15 p.m. Call 315-216-4622 for more information. The Oswego Railroad Museum hosts a special event, Military Railroading, tomorrow from 12 p.m. until 5 p.m. For more information, call 315-806-2193. The Greater Oswego Fulton Chamber of Commerce holds their annual Community Cleanup Day on June 5th at 9 a.m. Projects include clearing debris, fixing and painting fences, and neighborhood cleanup projects, and more. Call 315-343-7681 for more information. The Postcard Club of Oswego County presents the 35th Annual Postcard Show and Sale on June 5th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Scriba Fire Hall. Call 315-598-9537 for more information. Oswego Expeditions offers historical walking tours of Oswego every Saturday at 11 a.m., beginning June 11th. For more information, visit OswegoExpeditions.com or call 315-561-0223. The Colette Theater and Conference Center hosts Hotel California, the original Eagles tribute band, on June 4th, and Caroline Cole on July 8th. The theater is also hosting upcoming screenings of American Sniper, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, Zootopia, and How to Be Single. To find out about these and other events at the theater or to purchase tickets, visit ColetteTheater.com or call 315-298-0007. Encore Presentations presents The Best of 'Em, a musical review, at 8 p.m. on June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the CNY Arts Center in Fulton. Call 315-726-2669 for more information or to reserve tickets. Artie Camp is 6 weeks of creative day camp experiences at the CNY Arts Center. Programs in studio, theater, and culinary arts for ages 6 through 16 are offered. Registration is now open. The CNY Arts Center features Stan Wilczek Jr. in the Authors Spotlight at 2 p.m. on June 5th. The Arts Center also offers a monthly Writers Cafe where writers of all ages can come and share their work in a casual setting. The next cafe will be held on June 26th. For more information about Artie Camp, Authors Spotlight, Writers Cafe, and many other projects and events at the CNY Arts Center, visit cnyartscenter.com. The Wooden Apple Farmstead is the home of Red Room Sessions, a time for songwriters, musicians, and anyone else who wants to build their musical skill and knowledge to get together. We share songs we are working on, bounce musical ideas off each other, and we usually have time to just play a little music. This is a supportive environment where all levels of songwriting and musical experience are welcome. The next session is tomorrow at 6 p.m. For more information about Red Room Sessions or other events and projects, visit Wooden Apple Farmstead on Facebook or call 315-591-0711. So I'm
going to welcome back Natahley Torrese, and we're going to jump right into this interview by asking you to tell us a little bit about that first song that you sang at the opening of the show.
Secrets by One Republic.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, that's like the second time I've ever played it in my entire life.
Okay.
I don't know. I listened to it when I was in like middle school, and I just thought it was catchy. So
All right.
yeah, it's a catchy song.
I'll dig that.
Yeah.
So it moved you a little bit and enough for you to want to learn it and play it anyway, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. All right. So I've seen you out a couple of times at probably more than a couple of times, but out and around Oswego. And I think when I've seen you perform, I've heard you do a really nice balance of originals and covers. And there was a couple of songs, and I'm not gonna remember even if you said the name of them, but
I don't think I have names for even half of them. So
okay,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're on the same page. It's cool.
All right, excellent. But I think you have a really interesting and cool perspective, and a I wouldn't call it a filter, but like a lens that you look at or look through while you're doing your writing. So when you're writing originals, are you taking like an introspective kind of approach? Are you like, I mean, is it, are you writing more about yourself? Are you writing more about things you're witnessing happen outside of you?
I think there's a good balance. Like, I think sometimes I write about myself or things that are happening in my life, and then sometimes I write about things that are happening, in and around my life, like with my friends or things that I've seen, incidents at work or but I think there's a good balance. I can't say like one outweighs the other one as far as how I write, but
nice.
Yeah,
that makes sense. As far as influences go, you talk about One Republic and listening to them when you were younger. When you were growing up as a kid, what kind of music were you exposed to?
I don't think like I actually took an interest or like paid attention to like music until I was in like 6th or 7th grade. Okay. And that's because like everybody on the bus was like got my headphones and my MP3 player. So like it became like a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have like a set like genre or a couple of artists. I think I went through that obnoxious like annoying stage, and I was like gonna listen to like Soulja Boy and like all those obnoxious songs. But I think once I got a little bit older, One Republic and Mumford and Sons, and then once Ed Sheeran started becoming a big thing, he is one of my bigger like inspirations, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Pink too. I was like a total fangirl. I still am. I won't even lie. So
yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you are, when you're not at school, when you're not studying, when you're not, at work, what are you doing? Are you picking up your guitar? Are you writing? Or are you, how are you filling your time?
Okay, so when I'm not busy, I guess, even when I am busy, I pick up a guitar. But I just spend a lot of time with my family, actually. And I hang out with my brother. Yeah. This one and the baby. the 9-month-old, and I play guitar to him a lot, and he listens, and so that's cool. He doesn't say anything, but he listens and he smiles and dances, or so I think.
Yeah.
So, and then I also hang out with my friends and watch sunsets and eat ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that your brother's in the house now.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Tonight. It's
He's
really,
like my best friend, I think.
That's awesome.
He's like, shut up.
Yeah. He I think he's a little disgruntled just because you've been so into the cat that maybe
I don't know. You know what? I didn't really give him an option tonight. I said, you're coming with me. Actually, I told him 2 nights ago he was coming with me, and he didn't really have an option, so that might be why.
Okay. I'm glad you came. Option or no option. I'm glad you're here. So, where and when is your next performing gig?
Well, I don't really do like gigs, I guess. I haven't taken like a step to start initiating that. So I just kind of bounce around and do like open mics, and I play with a couple of guys, and they're called Drink the Punch.
Okay.
And they're really cool. They're really, really talented group of guys. Andrew, Brad, and Frank. So, but we play at Old City on Tuesday nights, and
Cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping in the near future, as soon as I get my crap together, maybe I'll start reaching out to some places, and
Cool.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what have you got for us next? Can you give us another song?
I guess so.
All right. Thanks,
guess.
man.
Yeah, no
I mean, that's
problem.
why you're here.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right.
What are you going to play?
This is 2 is Better Than 1 by Boys Like Girls.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Natalie.
Thank you. I remember what you wore on the first day. You came into my life and I thought, hey, you know this could be something. 'Cause everything you do and words you say, you know that it all takes my breath away. And now I'm left with nothing. Maybe it's true, I can't live without you. Maybe 2 is better than 1. There's so much time to figure out the rest of my life, and you've already got me coming undone. And I'm thinking 2 is better than 1. Look upon your face, the way you roll your eyes, the way you taste, you make it hard for breathing. 'Cause when I close my eyes and drift away, I think of you and everything's okay. And finally now we're leaving. Maybe it's true, I can't live without you. Maybe 2 better than 1. There's so much time to figure out the rest of my life, and you've already got me coming undone. And I'm thinking 2 is better than 1. What you wore on the first day, came into my life and I thought, hey, maybe it's true, I can't live without you. Maybe 2 is better than 1. There's so much time to figure out the rest of my life, and you've already got me coming life, and I figured out with all that said and done. And I'm thinking two is better than one. Two is better than one.
Thanks, Natalie. This is the point in our show where I invite our On the Porch Radio Hour music director, Gina Holsopple, up. And I'm hoping maybe you guys can do a little number together. So stay put, would you? Jeez, don't take off. Good Lord, you know, your job's not done.
Run away with me, lost souls and reveries, running wild and running free. Two kids, you and me. And I said, hey, hey, living like we're renegades. Hey, hey, living like we're renegades, renegades. Renegades. Long live the pioneers, rebels and mutineers. Go forth and have no fear. Come close, the end is near. And I said, hey, hey, living like we're renegades. Hey, hey, living like we're renegades, renegades. Renegades. All hail the underdogs, all hail the new kids, all hail the outlaws, Spielbergs and Kubricks. It's our time to make a move, it's our time to make amends, it's our time to break the rules, so let's begin. And I said, hey, hey, living like we're renegades. Hey, hey, living like we're renegades, renegades. Renegades.
Well, I'm wilder than her. What else can I say? I guess that is why she fell in love with me. She's a house on fire. She's got all those charms. I'm a house on fire too, but I've got 4 alarms, and I'm wilder than her. Drives her out of her mind. Guess she thought that she was just one of a kind. She's a summer storm, I'm a hurricane. One just blows through town, one blows the town away, and I'm wilder than her. When we're driving in our cars, racing through the night, she can drive as fast as me, but she stops at all the lights. She says it's 'cause I'm crazy, and she's probably right. I think that the reason is that I'm twice as wild, and I'm wilder than her. It drives her out of her mind. I guess she thought that she was just one of a kind. She's a summer storm, and I'm a hurricane. One just blows through town, one blows the town away, and I'm wilder than her.
She takes my hand and she looks me in the eye. I see something that I've never seen in my life. She takes the fire, turns it down low. She makes my life just a little less cold. She takes the distance and breaks it into miles. She makes my life just a little less wild. And I'm wonder the kind drives her out of her mind. Guess she thought that she was just one of a kind. She's a summer storm, and I'm a hurricane. One gust blows through town, one blows the town away, and I'm wilder than her.
In May of 1950, Patrick Ringamere left Tonkahogen for the Capitan Mountains in New Mexico in the Lincoln National Forest. He was on a vision quest, and his grandfather was a strong believer in sticking with their Native American and Native North American ties. So when you turn that certain age, you get sent off somewhere into the world and you go on your vision quest and you find your purpose and you find your journey, you find where you're supposed to be headed in life and what you're supposed to be. It wasn't too short after Patrick ended up reaching the Capitan Mountains that a large forest fire broke out. By the time the forest fire had died, it had lasted many days and covered 17,000 acres. But Patrick was able to keep himself safe and stay out of harm's way. And at one point, he wasn't sure he was going to be able to. There's a story that comes out of that particular forest fire, and it's the origins of Smokey the Bear. And Smokey the Bear came from a real bear who was originally named Hotfoot Teddy. And the story goes that at the end of the fire, there were firefighters and rangers that were walking the forest to make sure that all of the fire was out. They were looking for anybody that might have been a survivor or a casualty. And as they approached one fairly scorched section of the woods, they found a bear that had climbed a burnt tree to keep himself safe and out of the fire. And there he clung in the middle of this charred tree. They thought that was a pretty fascinating moment, so they helped the bear, who was only slightly injured. He wasn't, fatally wounded by any means, and they helped him recuperate. Eventually, he found his new home at the Washington Zoo. But Hotfoot Teddy was eventually renamed Smokey the Bear and became an icon for preventing forest fires. But Patrick tells a slightly different story. Now, he doesn't call anybody a liar. He's pretty certain that they found this bear in the middle of a scorched tree. But the sections of the story that are missing are what really happened shortly before that bear climbed the tree. And it was during that section of the fire that Patrick believed he might be finding his own death. He couldn't find his way out of the forest. Thinking he was going to be consumed by the flames, he laid down in between a couple of boulders, and the fire raged around him, and he thought this was his vision quest, either to live or die here in the middle of a forest fire, covered with smoke and soot. He explains that maybe he was having the beginnings of hallucinations, but he's not certain. Sometimes that happens when you're on a vision quest. You enter into the most important piece where you get the information, where the information comes to you, it's delivered by the Great Spirit in what feels like the beginnings of a hallucination. Come to find out that maybe what Patrick saw wasn't at all a hallucination, but maybe this was his actual message sent by the Great Spirit. Maybe his animal, maybe his spirit guide was this bear. But there he laid in between these two boulders, fire and smoke, ashes and soot, heat and lack of oxygen. And as he looked around, he saw this bear, a bear that looked like it was walking with purpose. But it wasn't walking with a purpose to escape a fire or to escape its own death. It was walking with a purpose towards something. It was drawn into the fire. And it's there that Patrick explains that he watched this bear walk right into the middle of some extremely intense flames. And there the bear seemed to dance, seemed to become surrounded by it, seemed to be engulfed in these flames. And the more the flames licked and swirled around the bear, the more the bear seemed to enjoy it. Patrick goes on to tell the story as the bear stood there dancing, covered in flames. It began to rise off of the forest floor, its head back, arms spread wide, as the flames encircled the bear as if it was a tornado, a cyclone of flames. And as it rose in the air, the flames and the smoke, the fur, the limbs of the bear all seemed to morph together to make one single form that looked like a giant bird, that maybe, just maybe, this bear had been transformed by the flames into an actual phoenix, head back, staring into the sky, arms spread, wings of fire, smoke and ashes falling, rising and falling as the heat and the wind moved them. And then, as vision quests go, Patrick believes his moment of transformation happened in the same way, as he watched this bear, feeling as if he'd become one with the bear, that he was the bear, that he was the phoenix, that he was this bird, this flames, this combination of bird and flames and bear, all one, all wonderful and tragically alive, feeling the full breath and energy of life, product of what happens with the mating of bear and flame. And as the flames died down, the bear stayed in the air. Slowly its wings of fire, its smoke all began to disappear. And the bear lightly touched down in the middle of this tree. No effort, just hugging the tree, there to rest, to nap before it allowed its feet to finally touch the ground and be fully in bear form again, reveling and rejoicing in the moments that it had as free from its physical form and fully engulfed in its spiritual body, as Patrick in his. It was the next day that Patrick heard the footsteps, heard the voices, and he curled himself into the fetal position and laid there in the still warm earth, shielded by charred tree stumps and those boulders, waiting for these firefighters and rangers to help the bear down, to talk about what a miraculous story it was, and all he could think was, you have no idea. You have no idea. Patrick was able to leave unidentified. Nobody ever knew he was there. When he got back to Tonkahoken, he told the story, and it wasn't very long after that that news of the forest fire and this crazy discovery of what everybody was now calling Hotfoot Teddy. Patrick just shook his head and laughed. And of course he kept the newspaper clippings, stuffed into his journal, that described his vision quest, that explained that piece of the story, that wonderful connection. It wasn't very long ago that Patrick's grandchildren pulled out that journal from Patrick's vision quest and read the article, read his notes. And as their mother walked into the living room, silently, Without the kids knowing that she was there, she just watched, leaning in the doorway, wondering why they kept opening and closing and opening and closing and opening and closing this journal to the same page with their heads bent, not looking for something, but seeming like they were listening for something. They would slowly open the book, waiting with looks of anticipation, questioning. Soon, as if they were all given the same cue, their mouths and their eyes would break into a smile. Then they would slowly close the book, and then they would open it right back up. Same process over and over again. And as their mother walked closer and leaned over from behind them to see if she could too experience this, whatever it was that they were experiencing, and as the book opened and she watched those smiles caress their eyes, she found herself smiling too, as she could smell the smoke, the smell of burnt vegetation. She felt the warmth, and as that breeze, that lingering smell and experience of the memories of that forest fire, that vision quest, they could watch as a flaming, flying bear slowly rose, head back, arms spread, flaming wings, smells of smoke, slowly, effortlessly rising out of the book. And just before that vision would vanish, on that breeze, you could hear the voices singing, "This is my home, this is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden." Well, once again, folks, you've made it to the end of another exciting episode of On the Porch Radio Hour. I want to thank our guests, Natahley, Torrese, and the folks from Encore Presentations, Marguerite Beebe, Ben Borenstein, and Nick Pike. I want to give a special thanks to a man that I hope will be able to find ways to be a consistent contributor to On the Porch Radio Hour, Matt Slocum, and a consistent contributor to fun and good times here at the farmstead. I want to thank everybody that was watching on Concert Window, and everybody that was here in-house at the farmstead, and I want to thank everybody that's on our website, www.ontheporchradiohour.weebly.com, as they click on that Watch and Listen tab and dig through our archives and find those golden nuggets. So thanks for listening on our archives too. We have some exciting shows coming up for you. Please make sure that you're staying connected with us on Facebook and on our website, and especially here at the farmstead, because it's so nice to have people here and being part of the show. And until then, peace to your journey.